Okay, you have your questions, you have your plan, so now you need to set up your interview. So you want to think about a background that's going to help tell the story. You want it subtle, you don't want it to be distracting, but you do want it to be on topic. So since I'm talking to Mr. Sapp about GTV radio, we're going to have this in the background. So take a minute while I set up tripod camera and you have your microphone. Go ahead and put your light on there so you're prepared. That way you're not wasting the time of your interview subject. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up. Okay, well, I'm going to put this mic on in a second. You want to be thinking, set it up at its full height because it's more flattering to look eye level at a person, or even it's a little bit higher, but it doesn't look good to shoot up on a person. So you want to make sure that you're high enough. You want to check and make sure that your video settings are in the right spot, and we'll get to that in a second. But you want to look in your viewfinder as you're setting up and think about where you're going to have the person talk. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this mic put on. Go ahead and turn on both section, or the transmitter and the receiver, and go ahead and get set up. If your person's here waiting for you, just go through the motions. Don't worry about them. It'll be okay. I'm going to go get my questions and we'll be back and ready to go. Okay, you've got your questions. I'm going to stand here so that the magic of TV in a second. Mr. Sapp will walk in and we can do the questions. So he's going to have the mic. You're zoomed in, you want to stand on this side, you're going to stand next to the camera so that the person's looking diagonally, not looking straight at the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome Mr. Sapp. Welcome, Mr. Sapp. Hi. So we're going to talk to you about GTV radio here. So thank you for your time. You can just look at me, okay, and I'll ask you a question. You can just talk normally. And if you make any mistakes, since it is recorded, I can edit it.
All right, sounds good.
So anyways, let's get started with the first question. The first question is, can you tell me a little bit about GTV radio? GTV radio is a chance for students to practice radio broadcasting. It's just like GTV for the video announcements, but in radio form. We do it during SRT. Students are signed out, they work on scripts, they write them, and then they record them. And then we have an anchor type person who puts them all together. We have somebody that edits the show together, and then they broadcast it on Radio Horizonte. We do 15 minutes in English and then 15 minutes in Spanish. It's a great opportunity for students to practice radio skills. Second of all, can you tell us why this might be an interesting class for students to take, or an activity for students to take? I think it's an interesting class because if you want to do broadcasting, if you want to do anything making content, it's a great chance for you to practice, and also gives you a chance to talk to the community, talk to the high school, talk to the outside, and you get to broadcast live on a real live radio station. Also, the fact that it's bilingual gives you a chance to practice those skills. Maybe you're learning Spanish, maybe you're a Spanish speaker, and it gives you a chance to be able to communicate to the whole community that way. Just a second, Mr. Sapp. And then what I like to do is always add in the last question. Is there anything extra you'd like to tell us, or anything special that maybe I didn't cover? And this works just because people, they want to talk, usually. They want to talk, and so this gives them a chance to share their ideas and get those out of their head. Is there anything else, Mr. Sapp, that I didn't cover or that you'd like to talk about? No, the only thing that I'd really like to tell is the students, send me an email, come join, give it a try. You know, try it for a couple weeks. If you want to continue, you can do it. If not, it's okay. So thanks. Great, well, thank you for your time, and we're gonna edit the story, and it should be ready at the beginning of the next semester.